All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a long weekend of wrestling. We had a tremendous PLE take place on Sunday that was Clash in Paris, and it was an absolutely tremendous time in wrestling. As always, we're going to start the show with a quick recap to get everybody up to date on what's been taking place. SmackDown, August 29th, took place in Lyon, France. Alexa Bliss would defeat Chelsea Green. Then we would go on to Michin defeating Kiana James in her debut. The Street Profits would defeat Mello Don't Miz in a tag team match for the number one contenders to the tag team championships. And then Sami Zayn would defeat Solo Sikoa to win the U.S. Championship in the main event of SmackDown. Right dab in the middle, we had Clash in Paris on August 31st. Roman Reigns would open the show by defeating Bronson Reed. The Wyatt Sicks would then come out and defeat the Street Profits in a tag team title match. Becky Lynch would defend her title against Nikki Bella and come out as the victor. Rusev then defeated Sheamus in a good old Donnybrook match by submission. John Cena would defeat Logan Paul. And then in the main event, Seth Rollins would come out the victor of the Fatal 4-Way against CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. Finally, we have Raw, which also took place in Paris. The Kabuki Warriors would face off against the females of the Judgment Day, and they would win. Finn Balor would then defeat Dragon Lee. Penta teamed up with the War Raiders against the New Day with Big G, Grayson Waller, and they would win. And then finally, the Braun Brawns would then come out and defeat Jey Uso and LA Knight in a tag team main event on Raw. And there you have it. That was the action. That was the recaps. We're going to dive right in. As always, I'm joined by my brothers in sports entertainment, Dominik and Adrian, and the patriarch of our family is spreading his wings tonight with probably his best commentary upcoming, Jimmy Rhodes. Hey guys, welcome to the Hard Cam.
Thank you.
How are we feeling after this week of wrestling?
I'm feeling really good. Feeling great.
Tell me why you're feeling good. Let's just start with your feelings tonight. Why are you feeling good?
The boys are back together, man.
The boys are back together. That's where you want to start this week? You want to start with the final 4 seconds of Raw?
I mean, I will. If that's you guys want to start, yeah. I'm down.
Dominik says he's feeling good because the boys are back together. And what he means by that is in the closing segments of Raw, Jey Uso got his butt tore up by Braun and Bronson. What else is new? And Jimmy Uso decided to come out with a steel chair to save his brother. And in the closing moments of Raw, you could hear Jey crying, I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I need you. I gotta have you. Wah.
Oh my God.
All right, Dominik, tell me why that's good.
Oh my.
Because, man, it revives the dead and wasted Raw tag team division. It
You have
does.
to give me more than that.
It does.
You
It
think-
revives
you
it.
think-
The tag team titles will be on the Usos or the Braun Brawns within the next month. And then they will start using that as an opportunity to revive the Raw tag team division 100%.
So you think because of that, Jay's run as a singles competitor is done. We've seen the end of it.
It won't be the end. They'll just be tag team partners until like maybe WrestleMania. Call it quits. Go back to being singles.
Okay. Interesting. So that's why Dominik's feeling good. Cue The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. Somebody play it for us. Adrian said he's feeling good. What are you feeling good about, Adrian?
It's obviously in the back.
Well, for our audio
right
listeners
there.
only, you got to tell us why it's obvious.
Oh yeah, you're right. AJ Lee is coming back, and I promise you, if I could place bets on wrestling, I would. He's coming back tomorrow
So
on SmackDown.
Adrian predicts that AJ Lee is returning on SmackDown. And by the time this episode comes out, it'll be this evening. You know, I got to say, we're on episode 7 of this podcast, and not one time have we mentioned AJ Lee. But now all of a sudden, there's some foreshadowing, and the wrestling world erupts. You know, people chant CM Punk's name when he's there, when he's not there. He was right about that in the promo he gave. People don't chant for AJ Lee, but now all of a sudden, we got a little prediction that she might be coming back, and everybody's losing their minds like it's the greatest thing ever. Why the switch? Why all of a sudden is now AJ Lee the greatest thing in women's wrestling? Talk
Dude,
to me
she's
as
been
a fan of
predicted.
AJ Lee.
She's been predicted like every Royal Rumble and SummerSlam. Like every time you look at AJ Lee coming back at number 31 on Royal Rumble, and she never does. And now,
See, I want to contest you there. I feel like that's been Alexa Bliss. And then we got Alexa Bliss, and the world did turn over. I don't feel like I've seen as much
Alexa
wanting for AJ Lee.
I've
I've
seen
always
nothing.
seen AJ Lee. I've never
time.
seen Alexa Bliss.
I never seen Alexa Bliss either on my end. That's not saying Alexa Bliss wasn't wanted. She was wanted. I know that she was wanted. But AJ Lee, ever since CM Punk came back in 2023, the first thing people started talking about was the possibility of AJ Lee, because everyone knows that they're married. Everyone knows that with CM Punk around, especially whenever Drew McIntyre took the bracelet with her name on it, people were talking about AJ Lee coming back and having a moment where she slapped Drew McIntyre. And then now you got this, and then every time Seth Rollins would say something about his wife, and then CM Punk would say something about his, people were talking about AJ Lee. Royal Rumble, AJ Lee. She's been. I've gone to shows and other fans are at the live shows talking to me about her. She's talked about. She's wanted. I promise you, when she returns, it'll be a pop and it'll be big.
Okay. Jimmy, what was your favorite part about the PLE weekend? I'd love to know.
There are very few times I've been watching wrestling since the Von Erich days, and there are very few times that I have a wrestler that I can't stand become a wrestler that I absolutely love. And that has happened this week. Every time I heard the man come out, I just wanted to puke. But now, when I hear the man come out, I'm getting up close to the TV and standing up. I'm at full attention because she is knocking it out, bro.
Yes.
So let's just go ahead and do this right out of the gate. We're going to officially open this episode with this week's heel of the week.
Okay.
And listen, let me just go ahead and say that if anybody on the podcast doesn't have Becky Lynch written down as heel of the week, I question your sleep routine, because dear God, I have in my notes, literally, I'm going to go on record saying that Becky might have secured her spot as greatest heel of all time.
Yeah.
Holy lips. And honestly, we can talk about this as long as you want to. But let's recap. We talked about AJ Lee. Why did we talk about AJ Lee? So, obviously, Becky Lynch is involved in this. On the PLE, you had Seth Rollins defending his title in a fatal four-way against people that really could have teamed up and taken this away from him. But there were games played, there was manipulation there, and it didn't work out the way that it could have worked out. Just a quick recap: it was Seth against CM Punk, against Jey Uso, and against LA Knight. And all three of those people hate Seth. There was no way Seth was walking out. His faction was barred from ringside, and his oracle was sent to the hospital earlier in the show. Roman Reigns got his revengeance on Paul Heyman. He put him in a chokehold and sent him straight to the hospital. It was pretty cool. So Seth's all on his own on an island in a fatal four-way. The guys can't seem to work together to put Seth out. At the end of the match, they do have their shot, but Becky Lynch shows up, full blackout gear, gives the low blow to Punk, robs him of his title win, and gives Seth the victory. But let's be honest, that's not what made her heel of the week. what made her heel of the week is the promo that she cut on Punk on Monday Night Raw. She came out as the man and started hot. When she got to the ring, she straight up asked Punk, she says, "What? Not the man you were looking for?" And she proceeded to lay it on him.
That line was just...
No, that wasn't the best part, but that's how she started.
No, I thought you missed
That's
one of them.
That's how she started.
She came out with Seth Rollins' theme song.
True. She did come out to Seth Rollins' theme music.
After CM Punk called him out.
That is notable. Oh, gosh. Becky would... We can all elaborate a little bit on this, but Becky came out as the man, and then what? Oh, my God. It was hard to watch. She fully flexed her women's rights and proceeded to beat the living snot out of CM Punk's face, begging him to hit her back. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the honorable CM Punk didn't lay a finger on her. And in his closing remarks, he said, "You will regret laying hands on me." Then he goes to the back. He asks Adam Pearce where SmackDown is this week. He says SmackDown's in Chicago, and that is the home of CM Punk and his wife, AJ Lee. So here we are, heel of the week, Becky Lynch, for all that she did. Guys, I want to hear what you have to say about this. So let's open it up and discuss why Becky is heel of the week. Take it away.
Let's don't forget that one of us on the booking couch kind of prophesied some of this taking place. I did say that Jey Uso would give her a super kick, which didn't happen, but I'm still not counting it out.
Well, tell me what you said on the booking couch. Remind the viewers.
I was telling that she would interfere in the match and interfere with Punk in the match, but I wasn't calling at the end of the match. I was saying when she tried to interfere with Jey Uso, Jey Uso would give her a super kick. But I did predict her being the interference in the match that nobody was expecting.
It was intense. And CM Punk has done a really good job of selling his unfortunate personality. Every time he gets robbed, he looks like he's just the saddest kid on the block, and I can't help but feel sorry for him. Even I don't dislike or like Punk, but I do feel sorry for the man. I don't feel as sorry for him as I do Drew McIntyre because I'm a fan of Drew McIntyre. But
yes,
I can't help but feel sorry for Punk. Anyway, come on, help me out. Tell me what we missed in all this. What needs to be talked about. But I mean, Becky Lynch.
I looked over Dominik. I said, she kind of sounds like Trump. He's saying the same thing over and over to drive it home. Like, I'm the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and I'm not the only one saying it. Sports Illustrated saying, you know how she says that all the time? Just kind of like Trump's always saying, we're the hottest country in the world right now. And I'm
not the only one saying it. China's saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Becky Lynch is she's just holding nothing back, man. No filter, no nothing, man. She's letting it all loose, bro. She literally was when the walk of shame, I think, was my favorite part of the whole promo. The part of the promo where CM Punk's walking to the back and she's just like trashing him the whole walk back. She's like, you're gross, you stink. I'm gonna have to bathe in bleach. I got your ball sweat on me already, and now I got your sweatiness all over me. You stink. You're disgusting. Get out of here. You're a loser. You'll never be nothing. And she's all like, "Don't y'all have a song for this one, crowd?" Nah.
They wouldn't sing with her. They wouldn't sing with her. The crowd would not sing with her.
They did not do it.
They didn't. And listen, we're leaving out a key element of Becky's heel. After Seth beat him at PLE, she humped the world title while standing over CM Punk's body. Like, what? Yeah. Becky is uncuffed right now, and I have to question how she is getting away with this. Did they officially give the creative control back to Triple H, unanimously? Is he back in charge again? Because this is great.
I mean, it's kind of seeming like it, right, bro? Because, she's unhinged. The last time we seen heels acting like this was back when Triple H actually had full control over the stuff, and this is an unhinged version. And even some of the other, like, like even other people are doing things now that are crazy. Like LA Knight in his video promo when he was talking about I'm about to break the fourth wall. Like people are, it is seeming like Triple H is gaining that control again because Jey Uso's getting all like he's has a little bit of a character change. Blah blah. You got LA Knight saying what he's saying. Becky Lynch is unhinged. I honestly was actually going to bring that up at some point throughout this video. That it seems that my man Papa H is actually getting some control back because Becky Lynch is completely no filter, none. She says whatever she wants.
It makes me almost wonder too what it's going to be like when Bayley comes back. You know,
dude, I know, man.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but I am thinking, dang, if Becky can do this,
right, dude.
What are we prepping Bayley
and imagine
for?
and imagine the distance other like heels, because like you see Asuka the way she's acting right now, she is such a controlling, manipulative, like. Oh, dude.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
I laughed a couple times.
I'm loving it, dude. I love the whole damage control feud thing all around. Like, it's all good, bro. Everything's great.
Dad, your camera.
But as far as Becky Lynch goes, man, the only thing I can say about her is she's completely unhinged, unfiltered. Nothing more to say about that, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Well, I mean, we could talk all night on what's been taking place with Becky, all the promos across Europe, the interference in the match, and then of course her promo on Raw was just, I mean, I haven't felt that way in a long time. I think the last time I felt that uncomfortable watching Raw was when the New Day broke up with Big E. I mean, yeah, dude. I felt the same way. I was like,
yeah, dude. No,
I was speechless. I was like, "This is happening."
That's a pretty solid comparison on the feelings of the room and that because, but she's sitting there just beating CM Punk and he's just taking it, and he already looks like sad, defeated CM Punk that you were talking about at the beginning of the thing. He already looks like that. Then you got her just beating him senselessly. Like I'm like, dude.
I mean, and it was just it was done so well. I mean, she comes out as the man, right? And she's flexing as the man. And then she proceeds to be a straight up, like, I mean, I don't want to use words that'll get us in trouble, but, you know, she was a female. She was exercising her right. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. And just continuing to beat his face in.
Calling him pathetic and everything. Like, good Lord.
Well, this conversation goes one of two ways. And I want to keep it as close to this as we can. Obviously, Adrian's background for the podcast is AJ Lee, and the world is talking about AJ Lee coming back and defending her husband. So I want to say one thing. If AJ Lee comes back, you have to anticipate that she is going to beat the lights off of Becky Lynch. I mean, with what they've been allowing Seth and Becky to do, you have to think that when Retribution comes, it is going to be massive. Brutal. One way or another. We don't know what that's going to look like, but it's going to be. The other thing is we need to just go ahead and say, you know, how sure are we that Becky Lynch is coming back at SmackDown of all places in Chicago? And let's not rule out any other possibilities. I want to hear what you think. I mean, how sure are you that AJ Lee's coming back to help Punk?
I'm 100% sure.
I'm pretty up there too, man. I'm about 100%, dude. They wouldn't have had the whole backstage moment after all that, talking about where's SmackDown for no reason. Like something's happening on SmackDown, and it's going to be significant. And whatever it is,
promo them telling like Becky and Seth to get ready.
To get right, it has to be something. There's something happening big. It's in, and also another thing that no one else thought about, and I didn't even think about literally until today. I was telling Dad and Adrian this literally like 30 minutes before the podcast started. The significance of this SmackDown, by the way, if you want to put some significance on it, this SmackDown is John Cena's final SmackDown of the entire year, and when John Cena very first debuted on the main roster, it was in 2002 on a SmackDown in the same arena in Chicago.
Okay, what does that have to do with whoever's returning to help Punk?
They're making the show really big, is what I'm trying to say. They're doing all kinds of big stuff.
Like, okay, where are we going?
I'm sorry. I thought I specified that before I said that, but I'm just saying they're planning on doing a lot of like a big, like there's supposed to be AJ Lee, Brock Lesnar. The Vision's supposed to be there. Punk's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be one of the biggest SmackDowns of the year. It's John Cena's final SmackDown. He's not confirmed for SmackDown the rest of the year. This is it.
Well, they have to have the build up, the finish. They can't. Okay, after what they did at John Cena's return, they can't drop the ball with the Brock Lesnar thing. There has to be a confrontation leading to WrestlePalooza. So that has to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
We know that has to happen.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, they're going to be in Chicago. There's rumors that the WWE were the hard cam, so we focus on what really happened, not necessarily the rumors. There's rumors they dropped AJ Lee merchandise again, but that's not confirmed. I have seen that as well, but I haven't seen any confirmation.
I want WWE shopping.
I want to tell you what I did because I'm not 100% sold that it's AJ Lee. I looked up some things, and there are 2 other female wrestlers who live in Chicago. All right. One of them claims to be AJ Lee's real life daughter, even though she's not really, and that's Roxanne Perez.
Oh.
Roxanne Perez, it is known that Roxanne Perez considers AJ Lee her wrestling mom, and AJ Lee did train her for many years. She's in Chicago. She's on Raw. So if we needed somebody from Raw to be on SmackDown because they're close by, Roxanne Perez has well-known deep affection for CM Punk and AJ Lee. Okay, that's anticlimactic. I want it to be AJ Lee too. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. There is another female superstar currently residing in Chicago that would also be freaking phenomenal. Do you know who that is?
Who?
No.
Jimmy, do you have any idea?
Oh. 3, 2, 1.
Scarlett.
No.
Scarlett and Carrion live in Chicago.
Brother,
No.
if that happens,
now that's a reach, and I know it's a reach, but I know that's what we would all really want to happen. If it's not AJ Lee.
How
you could have AJ Lee
how in the world did Jordan find someone that would make me want them more than AJ Lee? How did Jordan do it?
Well,
how?
hey, AJ Lee could come out and beat the crap out of Becky, and then Scarlett and Carrion come join the Vision. They have a great vision.
Wait, hold up.
He could actually take.
I would give anything to see Carrion. But see, here's the thing though. If Jay's about to move into a tag team deal with Jimmy, that takes one person out of the Vision's thing. I would love to see Carrion, and if Carrion teamed up with Knight, teamed up with Punk, and they had Scarlett full time in the faction. Okay, well then you got a real faction war. You got somebody to go against Becky. I mean, it would just be the answer. And we would love it. We would freaking love it. The internet is still raging for Karrion Kross.
I have a big prediction, okay?
Should take Heyman's place while he's out.
Jimmy, you're on the other side of this argument, and while it's good, I hate it.
I want him heel. He's a heel.
Nah. There's nothing wrong with
that. He would be a really gruesome. I mean,
Papa,
I have a prediction.
Listen,
face.
Speaking of heels, while we're still on heel of the week, because we haven't finished that yet, Adrian, hold on to your prediction.
I'll save it for booking couch.
I got to tell you right now that honorable mention heel of the week this week goes to Jey Uso.
Ooh, hold up! You caught me off guard.
No. Seriously,
I'm not on your head. I'm just.
But I got to be honest with you. And if we're going to be consistent and not hypocritical, we've been calling people selfishly heels. Mm-hmm. Jey Uso ruined their shot at taking Seth Rollins out of the match. All three of them wanted to set up the table. All three of them wanted to put Seth Rollins through it and get him out and have a real match. And Jey Uso ruined it.
Yep. Which this is another sign that Triple H is taking over on booking, because booking and matches are just so much more than just simple black and white stuff. Jey Uso was selfish because he chose to listen to Roman, but he chose to listen to Roman in that match, but he didn't listen to Roman when it came to helping Roman. So him for once not helping someone cost him something.
It cost us all something.
It did.
All
It
of us.
caught. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like in general, when you bullet, yeah, I hear you. It did, and it's kind of, and I love whenever LA Knight were having their promo moment at the beginning of the show. At first, I thought, are we about to have a yeah and yeet connection? I thought, to take on the Bronze, deal with them, because I've been seeing stuff about throwing the Bronze and then making a team and then making like a whole tag team war between them, having a WrestlePalooza match, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, is it going to be a yeah and yeet connection, kind of like Rock and Sock connection, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, that's what I was thinking at first. And then LA Knight comes out there and saying the stuff he's saying, and I'm like, are we going to see a feud between these two? I was sitting here thinking, yo, this is going to be kind of cool. And then,
Right.
yeah, it didn't lead to that. But I'm still not against it at all, man. Like, I'm loving it, really.
Well, we'll officially wrap up this section now, unless anybody has any other heel moments they wanna, just throw in the mix. Go ahead, Dom.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, either one of you.
I'm probably still in Adrian's, but I think heel moment. I think a very devious heel moment that we cannot not talk about is Uncle Howdy basically
Dude. No, not Uncle Howdy.
orchestrating the split
Not
up
Uncle
of Street
Howdy.
Profits.
It was Bo Dallas.
My God, my bad. The first time ever Bo
Okay.
Dallas comes out without his mask.
So that is notable, absolutely notable. We did see. Okay, we'll cover this real quick. On SmackDown, there was a promo with the Street Profits, and there was also a promo with Mello Don't Miz. And in both of those promos, Bo Dallas showed up as himself, not Uncle Howdy, but they're the same
Right.
person. And he said just a little bit to both of them, but what he said, he got into their heads, and you could tell he got into their heads, and he caused dissension between Mello Don't Miz and Street Profits. The Street Profits would then go on to beat Mello Don't Miz. And when the Street Profits faced the Wyatt Sicks at Clash in Paris, there was some discord there. Words got to them. They capitalized on this, and the Wyatt Sicks did beat them to retain their titles. Dominik, I'm glad you're bringing that up because that was a really good moment. And now we're getting a little deeper with what the Wyatt Sicks are trying to do. So good job. Tell me all about it.
So when they break up, they're obviously going to feud. Do we think Montez is going to be the heel?
No, Montez is going to be the face.
Hopefully they just break up. We talked about this on a couple episodes ago about how they need to break up the tag teams. I think if they break up, you could get some really good feuds with other people. I hope they don't get stuck against each other because then that does what they did when they did it with DIY. DIY broke up for a little bit, but they couldn't escape each other. So then they eventually got back together, and then we're stuck right where we started. Adrian, you raised your hand on Heel of the Week too. What'd you got?
I was going to say the same thing Dominik said about Uncle Bo Dallas.
All right, cool. Heel of the Week, Becky wins. There was some good heel action too, though. I mean, Finn Balor still laughing when Dominik wasn't able to get help from the Judgment Day. I noted that too. I mean, there was a lot of good heel action. There's so much to discuss. Somebody, and I'm looking through my notes, but I'm having trouble finding it. Somebody at it was either Monday Night Raw or Clash in Paris got booed louder. Okay. Hold on. We're wrapping up Heel of the Week. We're done. Let's discuss somebody. We're going to discuss this person in full detail here. I hope you're ready for that. Entering the spotlight now is Bronson Reed. We are going to discuss Bronson Reed. And I'm going to start with saying his match against Roman Reigns, he looked perfect and he looked polished. And I am upset that Roman Reigns got whooped for 20 minutes only to come back and win at the end. In typical Roman fashion, might I say, because Bronson Reed was, flawless in that match. Yeah. It was so good on Bronson Reed. But
it was so dumb. It made me so
I don't just want to talk about Bronson Reed's match. I want to talk about, too, the fact that he got booed on Monday Night Raw when he came out. He was trying to talk, and he got booed louder than I've ever even heard Dominik Mysterio get booed. So we talk about this week over week, but the rise of Bronson Reed needs to be studied, fellas. He is A tier all of a sudden. And Dad said this about Becky. I agree. I like it when Bronson Reed comes out. And I hated Bronson Reed 3 months ago.
Yeah. I never was that big of a Bronson Reed fan either. I always thought he was just this annoying big guy that just kept trying to enforce himself on stuff that he wasn't worthy of enforcing himself on. And over this summer, he has grown to be someone I actually really enjoy, to the point that I am the biggest babyface Samoan fan on this entire roster, on this entire thing. And I love Roman Reigns just as much as the next person, but I was wanting Bronson Reed to win that match. I actually genuinely really wanted it to happen.
That's still Samoan, actually. So technically,
he is still technically Samoan.
He's an Aussie-Moan.
Exactly, he's awesome.
Aussie-Moan.
That's funny.
Hey, he's your tribal thief, brother. You need to
No,
acknowledge you're a tribal thief. Put your finger up, Adrian.
I'm not.
I'm
Do this.
acknowledging tribal. I'll acknowledge the tribal thief. I got him. He's got my respect.
Jimmy, gang signs aren't allowed on YouTube.
Crossing my fingers for the tribal thief.
I think, man, I can't.
Okay, since we're talking about that,
comment.
I'm gonna get on to where I was gonna say that, like, he should stop that gimmick. He lost, and then the shoes are gone. So
well, nowadays in WWE, if you lose, that means you keep going.
That was the best pair of shoes, and he
I'm
didn't
telling
get
you,
those.
he's just gonna beat up Jey and Jimmy and take both of their shoes next. I'm telling you, that's exactly what's about to happen. I promise you, it's exactly what's about to happen.
So while we're talking about this, and this isn't necessarily booking couch, it's still Bronson Reed. You know, when are we gonna have Bronson and Braun challenge for the tag titles? When's that gonna happen?
I don't know
if it's winning on Monday.
I think the Usos are going to take them off Judgment Day as soon as within the next couple weeks.
I hate that.
The Usos are good enough to just go out there and be like, all right, we're the Usos, give me the title. Take it off of them, and then go to WrestlePalooza and defend it against the Braun
Judgment Day with the titles, they suck.
Judgment Day with the titles sucks.
Well, I mean, not really, but still.
No, Judgment Day itself is good. It's just Judgment Day with the title sucks. That's what's problem. They're not doing nothing with it. Now the Raw Tag Team division is deader than hell, so there's nothing you can really do about it. But if you put tag team titles on people who are not involved in a division story like the Judgment Day are, you got to start defending them and actually have some fun. I'm just saying, so.
Well, while we're talking about Bronson Reed and him having one of the best matches of his career, let's also just go ahead and say this as we're moving into our next segment, which we'll get there in just a second. Dominik Mysterio also put on the greatest match of his career against AJ Styles.
It was a solid match.
Now, I mean, there's so much in regards to this match that plays into other stuff, but Dominik was also almost perfect against AJ. He had no Judgment Day support, and he had a huge moveset and arsenal that he used against AJ. I mean, he used so many different moves. Yeah. I thought that was one of the best matches on the entire lineup for the weekend. And as much as I want AJ to get the freaking belt back, oh my gosh, I can't discredit Dominik. And here's why. Dominik won the crowd over during his match.
Yep.
It was awesome. You guys, if you go back and watch any match over the weekend, you've got to watch Dominik Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Now to catch our listeners up, there was interference at the very end with El Grande Americano, and we'll talk about Americano later. We'll get to that. But I wanted to give a special note that I felt like Dominik Mysterio also had one of the best matches of his career against AJ Styles. It was really good. Dominik performed really well, and he did a lot of good things. So while the reason I say it was almost the best match, it was the best match of Dominik's career. It was almost the best match of the weekend. But I want to now kind of segue over to underrated and overrated. And I want to go ahead and start here. I want to start right here with my underrated because I can't hold it back anymore. Underrated for me goes to the entire Donnybrook match between Sheamus and Rusev. Oh my gosh, how much fun was that? The entire
so
feud,
good.
I felt like, was annoying. I was ready for it to end. We've mentioned it on the podcast several times that we hated the Rusev feud. And even Jimmy last week said, gosh, not only are we getting a feud on regular scheduled programming, but now we got to watch them fight at a PLE too. We were all dismayed about it. But let me tell you something. That Donnybrook match was awesome, and it felt like a real bar fight. There were spots in it that were absolutely insane. Both men were bleeding from their bodies by the end. And so my underrated vote this week goes entirely to the Donnybrook match between Sheamus and Rusev. I want to hear your thoughts.
You honestly took a partial, I guess you could say, of my underrated, because my underrated was going to Sheamus just in general. Like I feel like Sheamus. I think this is the first. I feel like this isn't the first time in the past like year or so that we've seen Sheamus put on one of these matches and it be just an absolute show stealer, and it really had no business being one. His first example of that was in 2024 when he fought Pete Dunne in a Donnybrook match, and it was the most brutal match I've seen on Raw, like almost ever. They killed each other. Like even Pete Dunne had some phenomenal spots that he had no business putting himself in, but he did it, and it was amazing. And Sheamus sold it better than anyone else could have. Like, and now you got Sheamus doing this with Rusev. The spot where Rusev threw Sheamus through that bar table thing, I thought Sheamus broke his whole back. I thought he was completely dead.
Well, I
was convinced he was paralyzed.
I just knew he was walking away with brain damage because he went. So there was a desk set up on the side. Yeah. It was actually like a real bar table set up on the side, and they had their country's flags on it. And at one point, so what happens is Rusev moves the ring steps over. He pulls the desk down to where it's laying flat. He picks Sheamus up and power bombs him through the side of it, and Sheamus craters in the middle of it, and you can see where Sheamus's head hit the rim of the table, and it didn't break. And I was like,
and then
bro, he's not going to see straight after that.
And then proceeds to take him to the top of those barrels and do white noise from the top of the barrels. Like, holy freaking cow. And then Bruce,
I'll let you know, Rusev won the match, and what he did is not only did he break the shillelagh across the back of Sheamus, he then used what was left of the shillelagh to put Sheamus in a bridged accolade while holding him back by his teeth with the shillelagh in his mouth. It was intense. And I can't stand Rusev. I don't want to see another Rusev match even after this. But that match and that ending was gruesome. I loved it from start to finish. So
the only thing I didn't like about the match was the results.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was 10 out of 10.
I didn't necessarily like the results either, man. But at the same time, dude, that hold is gnarly.
Let me tell you why I didn't like it, because go ahead.
Sheamus, if you're watching the hard camera, leave the shillelagh in the back from now on. That's my advice to you, brother.
That's awful.
Oh Lord.
I hate the results, because then on Raw we get another, pre-recorded Rusev promo where he's like, Sheamus brought his Irish body to the match, but he brought his French spirit, blah, 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 blah. He says, now that that's over, I'm going to wreak havoc on the locker room, which means Rusev is going to go back to picking on little boys again like they're in prison. And just so stupid. I hate the whole gimmick. I can't stand Rusev.
He's saying pick on little boys like it's prison.
I know. What I want to just go ahead and happen is Jacob Fatu put Rusev in his place, and let's be done with Rusev. I would have never in my life traded Rusev for Braun Strowman, but yet here we are. No Braun Strowman, but we got a Rusev that nobody asked for. So that's some BS. I hate it.
Lord, dude.
Anyway.
Now you sound like me with Nia, man.
Yeah.
You're destroying him.
Anyway,
brother.
Jimmy, we're in underrated and overrated. My underrated was the entire Donnybrook match. Dominik, give me one of yours.
My underrated was Sheamus. I already talked about that. My overrated that I wanted to talk about, and I actually fully believed in it. To be honest with you, man, I feel like the most overrated thing right now is Nikki Bella.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
And
Yep.
I'm gonna eat my own words as I'm saying this. I was in the kitchen last night telling Adrian about how I would like to see a Nikki Bella Tiffany Stratton feud, and possibly even Nikki Bella maybe like win it. But I'll taking my words back on that, because I went back and I actually was like watching her match with Becky, and I'm watching how it's all been and all the promos and stuff. Becky carried the whole freaking thing. Every move that Nikki did, Becky made them look as good as they were, because Nikki just I feel bad for Nikki though, because she had a great career, and now they're bringing her back, and she's doing what she's doing, and it just sucks. Like it's not. I mean, it does. It just
now
sucks.
listen.
It's not
We could
fair to
run this
her
back
because
in the words of Jey Uso.
she's
We could run this
phenomenal.
back, and we could give Nikki Bella credit for being one of the heels of the week, because in my opinion, she's only back right now because John Cena's back and she's trying to get close to him.
Lord.
Desperate.
Desperate.
That's why John Cena made out with his wife so hard after his match, because he was trying to prove a point that there's no chance, in the words of Vince McMahon, for him and Nikki.
I don't want to say something's going to get us canceled, brother. But Nikki Bella has came out and said, even though I'm in my 40s, my libido is still really high. Talk about desperate.
Listen, I my notes on the match, I'm just going to be real raw for a second. My notes on the match literally say, in that match against Becky Lynch, the only thing that looked good about Nikki Bella was her ass and her vintage wrestling gear. The rest of it was horrible.
God.
I'm done. That's all I got to say about Nikki Bella. Definitely overrated. I'm so sick and tired of thank you for all you've done for women. I'm done. She gave a match. She gave a poor performance. She even made Becky look bad, which is hard to do. The only time she did anything creative was in like the last 3 minutes of the match. The announcers even said, "Oh, Nikki's getting better as the match goes on," and I'm like, "Too little, too late, bro. This is burned out."
For real. Like, because the only good spot she had the whole match was that sling blade to the steel steps that she did to Becky. That was the only like spot that looked good. Or
for the record, we'll say this too: we're as uninterested in Nikki Bella's return as John Cena is in her as a person.
Lord,
oh my God,
dude, bro, man,
awful.
Cameron.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say something real quick.
Jimmy, you got any? What'd you say, Adrian? Hold on, sorry. What'd you say?
I just want to say this real quick. I'm not trying to get off track completely, but I think it might happen, and I think it might fix her return. Is a heel turn.
We're gonna run out of women's faces. We only got 3 left.
I swear, at this point, dude,
everyone wants to be heel.
Because it's the only proper booking these days. It's like they forgot how to book faces.
Well, honestly, I'll say this: what made Raw win over WCW back during the Monday Night Wars is the fact they had a ton of tremendous heels. Honestly, if you think about when Stone Cold was going rampant on everybody, I don't remember an actual face at that time besides Bret Hart, but then Bret Hart went to WCW. So, like, I don't know, maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, maybe they are onto something. I mean, I'm not mad about every peak time period of wrestling. You go back and look at it, was dominated by some kind, like a big amount of really good, unhinged, like evil heels. And I mean, so that's just good wrestling, bro. It's gotta be ran by that, man. It's just Roman Reigns' peak as the tribal chief was a heel. Becky Lynch and the Vision peaking right now because they're all heels. It's just facts, man.
You were talking about your most uncomfortable moment earlier, and you forgot one.
Oh, tell me.
My most uncomfortable moment ever was when the Undertaker forced good old JR to join the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. I couldn't hardly watch that.
I couldn't watch it any time he did it, but I remember that, and that was awful.
Okay, so I couldn't watch it any time it happened.
But that leads further into my point, though, about the retribution against Becky and Seth, because you know who returned to help JR. Stone Cold came back to avenge what they did to JR, and Stone Cold ripped into everybody after that took place. So it's like, geez, when Becky and Seth have to face the music, something dramatic is going to have to happen.
Oh, God. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. But this is 101 wrestling booking. You have a group of heels that do a bunch unhinged, unfiltered stuff for an extended amount of time, and then finally retribution comes, and it's awesome.
Okay, but let's put it this way. Who is the face of the company right now that will go against them? And I know we're getting off track, but okay, we want to talk about it. Jey Uso's going back with Jimmy. Okay, so like who's gonna finally stand up to them once you've minimized everybody? Who is it?
I'm be honest with you. I think it boils down to honestly, like I know it's not something that either, but probably a lot of people in this podcast want per se, but I believe it boils down to one of two people.
Don't say it.
It's Punk or Roman.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Sammy, bro. I'm about to.
I did too,
You go
man.
downstairs
You
and
were gonna
punch
get
you.
kicked off.
Are you guys kidding, bro? Dude, bro. The overrated category is not even named overrated anymore. It's named Sammy, the Sami Zayn of the week. Like, good lord, what are you talking about? No, we're not. I was not. God,
that's awesome.
That's why I'm just gonna go on to overrated because you know who. I mean, go on to underrated because he's overrated. Hell of a kick. It's not even a.
It's Helluva kick. Hello.
It's bad. But honestly, that's what I'm thinking. That to answer your question, I think it boils down to Punk or Roman. I really do. Punk or Roman's going to be the one to take it all down.
I think it's going to be Dominik Mysterio.
To take it all down?
I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm about to say. I'm about to say Jordan was here.
Did you see every time that he went for the spike, he like went so far over his head, he was like he was trying to hit himself in the top of the head with his thumb.
You talking about Solo?
Anywhere? Yes, he didn't get anywhere near Sam. Oh God! As good as the weekend was,
he's directing traffic. That's what he's trying to do.
I don't even. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole different conversation for me. He
did a Hulk Hogan lay down for that boy.
Basically. But man, look, I'm just saying that.
So Jimmy, does that match go into your overrated for the week?
Oh yeah. I mean,
so let me catch everybody up. Jimmy, we said Sami Zayn. Jimmy got triggered like it was some kind of rally in the streets of Minnesota, and. What happened on Raw to end the night is exactly what I said was going to happen last week. I asked Dominik, I said, what are you going to do when Sammy beats Solo? He goes, that better not happen. Well, guess what? It happened. Sami Zayn beat Solo Sikoa to win the U.S. Championship. And here we go. We have a new U.S. champion on SmackDown. Believability out the window. Solo should have never lost. Solo sold like he was Shawn Michaels against Hulk Hogan. Dominik's asleep. I won't have to wake him up when I'm done talking about
this. he said
I could be a better champion.
He said Solo sold like he was Shawn Michaels versus.
Yeah, it was awful. And here we are. We've got the entire U.S. Championship now is completely overrated because Sami Zayn holds it. Jimmy is giving Sami Zayn his overrated for the week yet again. It doesn't beat out Nikki Bella. That's how strongly Jimmy feels about it. And I'm gonna go ahead and credit him one for his overrated. I love it, Jimmy.
I want him to take that belt and melt it down like a golden calf and give him the prophet treatment.
Make him drink it.
Yes.
Boy, this viewer, we need a viewer rating warning now. This is for 13 and up.
All right, so I'll tell you what, man.
That's for everybody.
It's biblical. Thou shalt never have another champion named Sami Zayn.
Thou shalt never.
Thou shalt shave thy beard. Absolutely.
Shave up thy beard.
Good gosh.
Oh man. But no.
All right.
I want to go back. I want to go back to Jordan's question though, man, because I'm kind of curious on everyone else's answer.
On what?
The faces that take it down.
Oh. I don't think it'll. I think it'll be a match at WrestleMania, and I think the match will be Brock, Punk, and Roman for Seth's championship. And
okay, now they do that's cool because they do have Paul Heyman, and Brock has unfinished business with Paul Heyman.
So you're saying a fatal 4-way for the world title?
Yeah, and then Roman's a Paul Heyman guy, and CM Punk's a Paul Heyman guy, and now Seth's the Paul Heyman guy. So
You're saying the fatal four for the world title, all
yeah,
four being Paul Heyman guys
I
at
think-
one point.
It's a reverse battle for reverse custody of Paul Heyman.
Lord.
I don't think that. I think either one of them are gonna win, and then like that'll happen, or Seth is gonna get. I think Seth will lose by getting effed out of it by the Bronze.
When you say effed out of it, what do you mean?
Like the Bronze beat up,
cost of
go
the
out there,
match.
cost Seth the match.
What does effed mean?
It means like
Don't say it. Wait, you'll get screwed out of it.
You're heel of the week for that one.
I am heel.
no, but yeah. So
I'm all for that, dude. But that's basically what I just said. It's either Roman or Punk. I didn't involve Brock Lesnar, I guess. But I mean, I could see Brock Lesnar getting thrown into it. If he really wanted to, that'd be really dope. It'd be a great WrestleMania match. But I'm just saying that it boils down to those two guys, though. Roman, Punk. However they decide to do it, those two are going to be involved in it. And one of those two is walking away from this as champion, and one of those two is going to get the privilege of saying they beat him. And that's going to what it boils down to. It's going to be one or the other. And honestly, I believe I'm going to call it right now. I believe Punk is the one who actually walks away with the title.
I think, man. Okay, all right. Adrian, we're still on underrated and overrated. Do you have anybody different than us?
So obviously overrated Sami. Am I underrated?
Not Nikki, Sami.
No. Oh yeah, I said Sami. And then underrated is Penta because his booking is trash.
Hey, now listen, if we're going to bring up Penta, I got to say, watching him walk out with the War Raiders was pretty cool. I mean,
Adrian hates it.
I agree
Adrian
the
hates
booking
it so
is
much.
bad, but it was almost like, okay, and I know it's not the same. I like that shirt, Dad. I like that shirt. I will say the booking is bad, but there was a moment that made me reminisce for a second. I remember when Rikishi first came out and danced with Too Cool. And that was really a fun moment. They put the shades on. It's iconic, and Rikishi does the dance with Too Cool. And and I thought, now listen, then you had the moment in the match when after they threw them out of the ring, the War Raiders did the La Parka walk with Penta in the middle of the ring. I couldn't help but feel the same feeling there. That was such a good, cool little moment they had. And I hate that it goes to commercial right in the middle of it because it was cool to see.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun.
So underrated
I
is Penta. Yeah, underrated is Penta. He's in the middle of horrible booking, but he's still delivering very well. I do agree. Penta's making the most of what he's got, and I agree. So let's talk about that a little bit, though. While we're on the subject of Penta, somebody please make sense of Grayson Waller being with the New Day.
Gosh, dude. At this point, it's kind of boring.
Well, hey, my underrated is Grayson Waller.
Oh,
I think he basically carried that match, and I also had the War Raiders underrated. They're kind of opposite sides of that same match, but they've just been on the back burner for too long, and they're so good. They're big men that can move. They're interesting. Bring them out against Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana next, you know?
Well, that's a good point. We do need to make a special mention right now, just real quick, that SmackDown is potentially going to be delayed to a later start time tomorrow. I just saw this pop up on social media, and it's because they're still trying to scrape Grayson Waller's body off the ring mat after he got slammed by Ivar. They're having trouble getting what remains of him scraped up off the mat. It was pretty gruesome what happened. But anyways, Jimmy, please continue. Tell me more. Tell me more about your love for the War Raiders. I share that, but I want to hear it from you.
Oh man.
They're big and they're big, they're fun, they're nasty, they do moves nobody that size should ever be able to do.
Oh,
they sell good because who could really hurt them in real life? You know, there ain't nobody in that match that could really hit them and make them go back. They have to sell unbelievably to even have negative moves. I like to see them just become more dominant, you know. And
So
and
let me
I,
ask you this on that point. In Rusev's promo, he said if Sheamus would admit that he's the lesser man, they could go back to being friends again. Would you consider it a dream if we got War Raiders versus Sheamus and Rusev?
that'd be all right.
Dang, brother. Dude, man. Look,
I
bro,
like
this
to
is what
see
I'm
him
talking about.
against.
Reviving the Raw tag team division, bro.
I mean,
Anyway, I
there's
just wanted to
endless
pose that question to you.
possibility. But as far as Grayson Waller, he's got the better work. New Day's been lazy. They suck right now. At least he has a good work rate. He's trying. He's enthusiastic. I
No,
think he's
Grayson
carrying the
Waller
team.
is phenomenal in the ring. He is phenomenal in the ring. Grayson Waller has in-ring ability like nobody's business. That is a fact. He is, but outside of that, that's it. So I will say that. I will agree with Dad on that.
I got it in my notes, just some color commentary here to mention that Xavier Woods with his slanted mohawk that he's been wearing kind of makes him look like a turkey with Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's true.
We are toasting people on this podcast today, y'all.
Oh no.
I can't wait till Thanksgiving. I'm gonna hang up a picture of Xavier Woods in a turkey outfit.
Let's do that.
Awesome.
I'll wear turkey wings. Little flappers.
Jimmy, I love that take on the War Raiders. You're underrated, and Grayson Waller, you're underrated. I don't know that I agree that he's underrated, but he was definitely under Ivar for way too long. What I was really asking is somebody to make sense of it. Like where are they going with this, and how long do you think Grayson will be with the New Day? I mean, how long do we think the New Day is even going to be around anymore? Like, where is this headed? I can't make sense of it. So
I'm just hoping that they're. I'm just kind of hoping that they're in the process of really actually like putting some effort into the Raw tag team division, because then that opens up windows for a lot of people. It really does. Okay, you're getting it booked on the internet right now as we speak for people. Adrian can confirm it too. That you have the opportunity right now on Raw to reunite Sheamus, Rusev, the Usos. You have the Braun runs that could be in it. You have the War Raiders. You could totally throw in. You could totally give Penta good booking and have him reunite with his brother and do the Lucha Bros, and the tag team division to be on fire. It'd be better than SmackDown. You'd have all these phenomenal
Ray Phoenix has been off camera for a little bit. That's a good
for
point.
a while.
You keep on saying better than
not
SmackDown. The storytelling will not be.
Dude, it'll be better than SmackDown all the way. I don't care what you say.
They can't do better story. They'll have better in-ring probably.
SmackDown's tag division has been awful, so we'll see if Raw can do better. Okay.
Awful.
What?
The only thing that's good about SmackDown is the Wyatts.
Yeah, I know,
True.
and that's pretty much everything.
And Tiffany
right
Stratton. Don't disrespect the
Tiffany
Tiffy.
Stratton.
It's always Tiffy time.
Even though Tiffany has nothing for herself.
Yeah. Does that wrap up our underrated, overrated?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the amazing match that was also John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Oh, dude, man. All I'm gonna sit here and say is I told you. That match was amazing. I don't care what anyone says.
It was awesome. Now, here's what I will say. I don't think that it was as good as John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
No.
But I absolutely think that Logan Paul is 1,000%. He is 10 for 10. Logan Paul has never had a bad match.
Nope, not once. I stand by it, dude. No. 100%.
And here's another thing. I know we're the hard camera and we don't normally do this, but we might be getting a face turn from Logan Paul after his social media post.
What do you say?
I'm thinking that too. I think he's
Hold
gonna.
up.
I think.
What did you
think
what post? I'm sorry, Dad. What did you say?
Logan Paul posted on his social media that he was grateful for the opportunity to go one-on-one with the best to ever do it. He's learned a lot from John Cena these past few days and past few weeks, and he is incredibly thankful for all that took place. He called John Cena the GOAT. He said there will never be anybody like him again, and it was a complete humble post. We don't even see this in real life from Logan Paul, but he posted it on his social media. It went viral, of course, like most things he does. And I honestly feel like we might be getting a face turn after this. John's been saying since they tag teamed months ago that he was trying to teach him how to make the most of this business. You had good love, then you had tough love, and now we've got Logan Paul making a turn that he doesn't even personally thank people. He's not that guy. He doesn't do it. But his post was completely a 180-degree turn from where he normally comes from, and I honestly believe this is leading to a face turn, Logan Paul. Not to get into
Even
booking, but
though,
I'm talking about the match. I think this is it. I think
yeah,
he learned it.
I
no,
think at best he'll be an anti-hero, but they really do need to congratulate one another on that match because that match was fire.
They did.
yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm saying. He did
it was off the
congratulate him in his
wall.
post.
Insane.
Yeah, I want to see him in the ring do it.
He wants to see him like have like a shake hand moment type thing, But like, I mean, in all honesty, dude, even though Logan Paul, like I've said on the podcast before, actually, Logan Paul is one of my favorite heels just because the kind of stuff he does. But like, if he really actually goes face and it works, I'm all for it, dude. He has the characteristics. He can easily pull it off,
I think
and
in my mind right now, I think it's a deadlock between Logan Paul and AJ Styles as the best wrestler on the roster.
Yeah, Logan Paul he's in ring, dude. You can't get it better. Like you just really can't. Logan Paul, he just makes things look way more than what they are. I love Logan Paul so much. Logan Paul is top tier, like top tier. And John Cena is putting on some banger matches these past couple matches with Cody and Logan Paul. Dude, he's doing the hurt. Yeah, he's leaving it all out there. Mexican Destroyers, Hurricane Ranas, freaking Styles Clash. Styles Splash. I mean, he's doing it all. Tornado DDTs. I mean, John Cena is wrestling. Like, he is doing it, man.
Yeah, it was good.
And
he wasn't that good for his first 10 years. He really wasn't.
Well, let's be honest. In the beginning of the match, I was noting that John Cena looked bad, and then there was a point in the match when John Cena decided to turn it on, and from that point on, masterclass. There was storytelling. There was bumps. There was pops. There was spots.
Yeah.
It had everything you could want. And
Yeah.
I honestly have a note too that if Cody Rhodes is the only person to beat John Cena during his entire retirement run, I'll be pissed off. Because Cody Rhodes is the least deserving of that honor. If Logan Paul had won, that would have been really, really cool, but he didn't. And so I don't want John Cena to lose. I really wanted John Cena to be undefeated for his entire run. I wanted him to go home with the belt, unless it was Drew McIntyre who beat him. But if Cody's the only one to do it, I'll be sad about that. And but I thought Logan put on another banger. He's never had a bad match, and I can't state enough how good Logan is for wrestling, despite the angle that was taken.
Even the greats, even
Styles won't win it, and Brock won't win it.
Even the veterans, like the veterans like John Cena, Roman Reigns, those guys have even like given Logan Paul credit off camera, like on podcasts. They have given him credit. Roman Reigns talks about his match against Logan Paul at Crown Jewel in 2023, I think it was when it was, and he said that when Logan Paul stepped up to the plate and took that match, he at first he didn't want to do it, but then he gave him the opportunity and he actually did it, and he said that Logan Paul like blew him out, like blew him away. And the crazier part about that match that Roman also said was that Logan Paul did a move at the very beginning, towards the very beginning of that match, where he tore his meniscus in the very beginning of the match, and he fought through the entire match with it.
Yeah.
And still put on highlight moves. Like he gets recognized by the greats too. Like he's up there, bro.
Yep, I agree. All right, moving right along. We're about halfway through, making good time considering all the action we have to digest. Let's take a look at. Let's go to pop or flop, baby. Let's talk about what the greatest pops were and the greatest flops were. And I hate to be starting out each section, but man, there's some things that just have to be. You got to put your thumb on them. And the number one flop in wrestling this weekend. Oh my gosh. The debut of Kiana James.
Oh.
Good Lord. I think everyone can unanimously agree with you on the flop.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I think Dad has a different flop, but that's my flop too. Is Kiana James and Michin's match just as a whole was a complete and total utter just floppity flop. Like,
because we were talking about it real quick, I'm just going to interject. Honorable mention goes to when Logan Paul tried doing the 5-knuckle shuffle and getting the crowd involved and got no reaction from it. That was a huge flop, but it doesn't compare to the debut of Kiana James on SmackDown. What a joke.
Oh. Yeah, what a joke. You can't, it's bad.
We were so excited.
We were so excited. We were so excited, man. We're sitting here booking up some stuff, booking couch it, talking about it, getting all excited just for it to be a 3-second squash match, bro. Like, come on. Like, the only cool thing that happened that whole match was that gnarly move that Julia did to Michin. Michin is dead.
After the match.
Like,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, they did it. So
the
bell. Let me tell everybody real quick what happened. You're not missing much. The bell rang. Michin rolled her up. She won. She gets a shot at the U.S. title. That's it. That's all that happened. After the match, they beat the living crap out of Michin. There was a cool spot. I'll try to show it, but y'all go back and watch it. Michin does get a title match, and we still don't know who Kiana James has signed to the Julia faction. So we'll find that out eventually. We don't know. We already speculated on that in episode last week. Go back and watch it if you want to hear our speculation. But my floppity flop of the week, since Nia Jax wasn't on any programming this week, goes to Kiana James. And man, Kiana James. Oh, there was also there. Okay, I gotta mention this just because it was bad. Also, part of the flop was that Kiana James came out wearing gear that was too small for her, and you could literally see the plastic covering that was supposed to be censoring what may pop out of her bra. I'll leave it at that. That was also really gross. Like, not gross, but just cringy. Like, ew. Bro, really? Your first match and you're having wardrobe malfunctions before you even start in the ring?
Get better. You're about to
So, hopefully, well, here's the deal. You know, we say that if people start too strong, the only way to go is down. This was almost as bad as the Shockmaster tripping over the wall when he debuted in WCW. The only way you can go, Kiana, is up. So, best wishes to you and your rise.
Yeah, every time you think WWE is getting the booking really good, they say, "Oh, let's push Michin." Really? Who wants that?
Yeah, Michin's not a bad wrestler. She just has no appeal at all. Nobody is getting behind her. She's had some good matches.
That's literally, to me, the way you just said that. All I want to take every word you just said, except take Michin's name out and be like, "Oh, we're great bookers. All right, let's push Nia." Like, dude, no, dude.
Let's push Sami. Let's give him the belt.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Lord. I can't tell which one's worse, Nia or Sami. If I had to pick one, I'd just stop all the way around. Like, I couldn't.
Well, now here's what I will say before we let hear everybody else's flops. If WWE can do what they did with Bronson Reed, then maybe there's a chance Michin can be a real threat in a few months. But boy, oh boy, if they manage to do it, I will kiss Triple H's feet twice.
I will kiss Triple H's feet.
Well, those are my flops. You got
the Triple H kiss on.
Yeah. My flops are Kiana James, and then of course Logan Paul trying to get the crowd behind him when he did the 5-knuck. I want to hear your flops. Give me your biggest flops of the weeks.
I got 2 flops. My 2 flops are Nikki Bella trying to pull off the moves that she was trying to pull off and keeping the crowd interacted and the crowd literally booing at her.
Yeah, the crowd hated her.
That was pretty gnarly of a flop. And then my other flop, I'm at the off the cuff, catch some of you guys off guard. Only one person right now is going to agree with me. My flop right now is El Grande. El Grande as a whole. It's old. I'm done.
Fire.
I'm done. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready for it to come to an end.
Let's talk about it. And I just want to weigh in. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I agree. The El Grande thing's run its course. We need to figure out what's happening here. We know Chad Gable was the original. Chad Gable got injured. We know that Ludwig von Kaiser is the current El Grande Americano Europo. Yeah. But then we've also seen Pete Dunne
2 others,
in a mask. And we've also seen someone else that we thought, we don't know who that was, honestly.
Right.
We saw really one more.
It could have.
Who do y'all think it was?
I believe it was Tyler Bates. Pete Dunne's old former tag team partner. Well, they never actually split up, so it makes sense for it to be
those 2 guys were there weeks ago. We haven't heard or seen from them since. Here's the thing. El Grande Americano might turn out to be super awesome if it's them seriously just waiting on Chad Gable to come back from injury and make sense of it all. But we've got to get to that point. If it's not that, then I'm really completely lost. And this is when we talk about bad booking, this whole thing over here to me is like, why?
Yeah, it is. Because
and who was the luchador that Chad Gable trained under? We never found that out either.
Right, exactly, dude. That's what I'm trying to. That's my whole thing with the El Grande thing. We're not getting any answers, and we're not getting any further movement. And they're getting involved in stuff that really it's not. It was good the first couple of times, but now it's just not. Why couldn't Dom just why? I mean, why? Why couldn't that? I mean, what? So you continue the AJ feud, but you continue the AJ feud after Dom just won at SummerSlam. I mean, I guess you had some Eddie Guerrero type moments where he took the shoe off, and so it wasn't necessarily a clean win. But then just I'd rather you run that back again than freaking have El Grande get involved. I don't know, man. But there's also rumors. There's also speculation theories from other people saying that when Dom turns on Judgment Day and joins the El Grandes and makes a team with them. But I mean, if that's,
but let's be honest. He's gonna make a team. He's gonna make a team with Chad Gable, Ludwig von Kaiser, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bates. Really?
Yeah, no.
People need to hush and leave the commentary to the hard camera.
Finn is obviously turning on Dom.
Well,
yeah, no, I'm not. Trust me, I did not. I wasn't saying that to say I agree with that. I'm saying that to say El Grande needs to stop. I'm done with it. I know.
Or just tell us what the point is.
Right, or just further it. Yes, please. Right. Let's get to the next chapter, please.
I agree with you. El Grande Americano Europea Australia, whatever, Irico, whatever. It's a flop.
It's a flop. Yes.
Good job. Adrian, flop of the week.
I agree with you on Tiana James. That's my flop because I was expecting big stuff from it and it was bad. But my pop was the Wyatts.
Oh yeah, Paris, dude. Yes, dude.
They don't normally get a pop like that. So to hear them,
Paris loved them. Paris loved the Wyatts.
Because of Bray Wyatt, and because
I don't want to sound like Wyatt. I'm not trying to pull an LA Knight on this podcast, but bro, as a man, I'm gonna sit here and just straight up admit it. Watching the Wyatts come out almost put me in tears, because it really showed that legacy of Bray Wyatt, bro. It really it defined the legacy of that family, bro. It really shows that, and just how big that was. How loud and word for word that crowd sang their song, all the fireflies, dude, that was hands down one of my favorite entrance moments. But my pop is not them. That's also just mainly because there were so many that I was gonna let Adrian have that one because he's been saying all week. My pop is AJ Styles, dude. They sang to him from the time came out.
That's mine. That's my pop. They sang to him for over 6 minutes.
gosh, all the way through commercial break, back into it, in the middle of the match, at the end. I mean, it's just like, God, dude.
Did y'all, hey, speaking of the crowd, did y'all realize that they were booing Becky really, 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 really bad? And then when Becky stopped talking, they immediately started cheering her?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was great.
That was
So
amazing.
good. But yes, my pop of the week was AJ Styles because they didn't want to stop. And then Dominik had to start the match with a cheap shot because they were singing again. They couldn't announce Dominik because they were singing for him so loud. So that's an excellent pop.
That's
Absolutely.
actually pretty good.
And honestly, it's
that'd be a
Gorilla.
pretty good deal of the week
When-
contender.
When the dudes in gorilla position have to tell Dom have to tell the ref to tell Dom to do the cheap shot because they won't stop singing for him. That's over to the max. You don't get any more over than that, bro. Like that's all there is to it, bro. Like no, that's the most.
All right.
That's top of the week, guaranteed.
It's good. Jimmy, unfortunately you fall in last place yet again. Give me your pops and flops for this week.
I'm going to give my pop to Roman Reigns in his first face speech. I thought he got a really good pop. I mean, the others turned out to be better, but when the pop he got, I said, I'm giving this to him. But and so nobody else mentioned it, so I'm going to mention that one. And
then he got rode off television again.
Yeah, of course.
It's to do Street Fighter, bro.
My flop of the week is Dragon Lee coming out without his wings. That really pissed me off. And a great opportunity on a PLE, and you
Dad stole the wings from him.
Raw, and you run it. Yeah.
Trying to act innocent.
So I'm wearing them for him tonight. That's what this is.
They probably didn't pass customs. They probably got ready to get on the plane, and because there was a button that made them project, they were like, "No, you can't take this on the plane, bro. Sorry."
Another flop you could add to that was they totally went to commercial break for his entrance, which sucks because I like his entrance.
Yeah, he might have had him on.
Listen, I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna move right over. To this week in botch. Here we are. We're talking about it. And
He's about to roast Dragon Lee again. Here we go.
The Botch King strikes yet again. Here we go. 3 weeks in a row. We have a record that is yet to be touched. I mean, we might be setting the pace for a record that'll never be touched again. We've got not 3. We just didn't talk about it on the first week. The second week, we first started talking about it, so it was technically already a series at that point. 4 weeks in a row, botch of the week for me goes yet again to old wingy boy, Dragon Lee. He botched again. And this time, his botch was almost bad enough to hurt and end his career. Who sits there on the ring mat and does the worm while Finn Balor's getting ready for the coup de grace? Dragon Lee apparently does, and he made it to where the Finn Balor coup de grace landed right on his kidneys, and even the announcers were like, "Holy crap, that looks like it hurt." Dragon didn't hurt anybody this week, but he nearly freaking hurt himself in ways that was unredeemable. You got Finn Balor getting up on the top turnbuckle, and he takes all the time in the world to get in position, and here's Dragon Lee on the bottom. I'm about to get the coup de grace.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Dragon.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
I honestly, dude, that was my botch too, man. Like, who moves to the side for the coup? Like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself, dude. Like, you're gonna God.
And Jimmy, you pointed this out, and I know. Okay, I like the wings too. I even put a snip of them on the last podcast so people could see how cool they were. He's got a cool intro. He's got a cool costume. But even you talked about last week how the coup de grace, you always wonder how they pull it off without hurting anybody. And this week I can see exactly how painful it can be. Finn Balor jumped on him and he took it right on his ribs. I was like, oh, Dragon. So, welcome to Botch. Dragon Lee leads the way yet again.
Yeah, no, Dragon Lee was definitely Botch King.
I got a different one this week. Montez Ford nearly killed Dexter Lumis when he slammed him on the apron and got him tied up in the ropes.
Oh yeah, I was talking about.
He
It was a nasty
he
shot.
was about to get Ford, and Ford reversed it, and he didn't reverse it clean, and he got his feet and his feet on the way down and his head on the way up. I thought he was going to land out on the concrete on his head, but he recovered from it and was able to be okay.
Wow. I'm going to have to go back and find that. That sounds painful. Ew. Well,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
it was a nasty spot. It was between Montez Ford and the guy on the Wyatts. It was pretty nasty. The other one that I thought was a botch at first, I'm still not 1% sure if it was or wasn't. But whenever Dragon Lee did the leg throw thing to JD McDonough, and he landed flat on his back on the mat, like on the on the outside of the ring. I've never seen someone land like I've always seen him do that leg throw. I've seen it a bunch of times, but I mean, I don't know if he messed up the landing or if he just wanted to land that hard because he's JD and he just sells that good or what. I just know that when he hit the ground outside the ring after being thrown like that by Dragon Lee, I was like, there's no way he purposely did that. I mean, because his back set, I mean, it was just back first. He ate that thing. I was like, oh. Like I thought it knocked the wind out of him. It looked like it did. I mean, it was nasty. That's dirty.
I didn't notice that as a botch, but I know what you're talking about. I just thought it was
like I said. I'm not confirming it as an act. I don't know. I'm just saying that he's a madman if he actually did that on purpose because that looked painful. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd hope and believe that JD is not that dedicated. But he probably is, knowing him.
I mean, thinking about the spot he took last week from Dragon Lee where his eyes looked like he's going to pop. I don't know. All right. This weekend botch, Adrian.
My botch is the Slim Jim table during the Fatal 4-Way in the main event of Clash in Paris. It didn't break.
Yeah. They went to go slam Punk or went to go kick Punk or push him off the ring into the table. And he hit the table and it didn't even break. It just kind of it just cracked a little bit. And that was it. Literally when the match was over, if you kept watching the PLE a little bit towards the beginning of the post show, CM Punk walks around the ring, goes over to that table and jumps up and breaks it the rest of the way. And but that table did not break at all. It just cracked. It was kind of funny.
That did happen. Well, let's talk about some exciting things that come out of this as a result of storytelling. We mentioned that Asuka was going off this week like a stepdad on steroids, and it was honestly kind of funny, but at the same point in time, I felt really bad for Io and was like, oh my gosh, they're ruining Asuka. She did stand up to Rhea Ripley and she says, "Who do you think I am? I'm Asuka. I've been making history for 10 years and I'm not scared of you." I loved that. But there was a match there with Kabuki Warriors and Judgment Day. It was really good. And then segueing into that, the Judgment Day would interrupt a promo or a conversation rather that Lyra was trying to have with Adam about Bayley. And this leads to a small conflict developed between the Judgment Day girls and Lyra. And Lyra tells Adam Pearce, he says, "Hey, give me one of them. I don't care which one." And with the matches that Roxanne Perez has been having lately and the matches that Lyra Valkyria puts on, guys, we might get a PLE main event match next week if Roxanne Perez goes up against Lyra Valkyria. And I'm really excited about that. It could be Raquel, but I don't think they said which one was going to fight them. But
they didn't,
guys,
but still.
Lyra and Roxanne might go one-on-one next week, and I'm super excited about that.
It'll be one week and the other one the next week. You can just about bet that. That's kind of the pattern we've been having.
Honestly,
Roxanne Perez is just moving up every week.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this.
I am too, bro. Lyra and Roxanne have really shown out in their abilities in the ring and their characters and stuff. And so if you get a feud between those two really hot moving like stars right now, dude, their match is gonna be so good.
For the record,
Honestly,
everybody, Dominik just called Roxanne Perez hot. He did that.
hey man, Roxanne Perez is hot. Look, brother, that she is. You're tripping.
She looks
10
like
out
a
of 10,
12-year-old. No, she's got great in-ring personality, though. The taunting, slapping people across their face and then running from them. It's almost like Edge used to be to people. Get in there, get some cheap shots, and then go full heel and be like, no, I need a break. Time out. I mean, and of course, Edge.
I forgot about Edge being like that. Oh my god.
Edge admitted that he learned a lot of that from Ric Flair. So, thanks, Ric Flair, for your contributions to the industry. It's fun to watch.
Don't hardly ever get recognized.
Yeah. Okay, and then just something we need to mention to get it off the notes. We're really getting close to the end here. Alexa Bliss defeated Chelsea Green in a match on SmackDown, and there's nothing really to say about it other than it was a really good match overall. But, it's kind of one of those, that happened things. It's worth watching. It was good enough to watch. It opened the show. It was a great opener for SmackDown. And then that's kind of where that ended. So definitely worth watching if you're rewatching any of the episodes. All right. We are closing out of This Week in Botch. And guys, we've only got one more thing to talk about. And that's promo of the week. Promo of the week. It is time. I want to hear from Jimmy. Jimmy, tell me about your promo of the week. Who earned it?
We've already talked about it, but Bo Dallas interrupting the two teams that were going to go against his guys. That, to me, that was the promo of the week. That was the most interesting promo that was cut to me.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with that.
Anything the Wyatt Sicks do, I'm in love with.
Honestly, facts.
All right.
Y'all agree with that?
Adrian, promo of the week. What you got?
I'm agreeing with Dad on that one. I literally, when it happened, I said, if this actually sets something off with the Street Profits, this is gonna be my promo of the week. So yeah. So that's why it's my promo of the week.
I think my promo of the week is as much as I do agree with you guys with the Wyatts, that's definitely right there. You just about can't not put Becky Lynch and CM Punk going at it. I mean, they both, in my opinion, they both did a good job. In my opinion, both ends of the party did a great job. I mean, you got Becky Lynch who's out there just trashing him, going full swing at him, and I mean just doing all the things we've already talked about several times in this podcast. Then you also got CM Punk who's coming right back at her with great stuff. I mean, he's basically like, so you're telling me that you're mad at me because they chanted my name? Sounds to me like you're sounds to me.
He said the vision's kind of blurry, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he's he's spitting, bro. But CM Punk always spits, and so I mean, I loved it. I had a really good time with it.
All right. Well, I'm in the minority this week then because I'm giving promo of the week to John Cena on SmackDown.
Oh, bro. Oh, man.
Listen, I very rarely does anything on TV make me emotional. Not only did John Cena burn Logan Paul one more time, but when he did the part of his angle, when he said, "Let me show you what respect looks like," and he goes over to the crowd and he gives credit to that little boy that he made cry during his heel run. When John Cena called that little boy out months ago when he was a heel, it went viral, that little boy's face and how upset he was that John Cena had become who John Cena was. Now they're in Paris. They're in Europe. And John Cena flies this boy and his family all the way out to the Europe shows, Clash in Paris, gets them front row seats, and includes them in a promo where he goes out to this little boy and apologizes for what he did to him months ago. My God, I got emotional in my chair and was like, man, that is so freaking cool. Good on you, John Cena. Good on you. I hate the fact you're a face, but if you're going to be a face, be a face, and him doing that was super cool. He also called Logan Paul a dollar store disruptor. I loved that. And then he said, Forbes, I think he said it was Forbes. He said Forbes recently released the top 25 influencers currently in the world. And guess whose name is not on the list? Logan Paul. And dear God. So he got some good
wrestling's
digs
gonna ruin
in.
you. You're not gonna ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cooked them. I genuinely forgot. I don't know how, but I genuinely, all the way up to right now, like honestly forgot about that promo. Otherwise, that would have guaranteed took it. I forgot. I don't know how I forgot about that, but I did. So yeah, you're not a minority. I agree with you all the way. That's up there, bro. Yeah, man. When he went over there, honestly, bro, when he was getting out the ring and he was like, I'm gonna teach you a thing about respect. Me and Adrian was like, what he's about to do? What he's about to do? I'm like, as soon as he starts walking towards like the area where the crowd's at, I'm like, dude, he's grabbing that boy. He's grabbing that boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he also grabbed him again after the Clash in Paris match. He kissed his wife on camera. He went over to the little boy, gave him a hug, and then he went and partied with Jelly Roll and Post Malone.
Hey man, for real, cool. Bro. But no, I was sitting there calling it before it even happened. I was like, he's getting that boy. I'm telling you, he's getting him. And he walks up there and he grabs that boy, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude. That was man. That was a tearjerker almost. That was really cool.
So somebody did call that too. Jelly Roll and Post Malone showing up together. Somebody called that. Oh, wait, that was me.
Oh, yeah, weeks ago. Go back and watch, I think, episode 3, where John Cena was going to get help from not only them, but also Eminem, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, didn't get Eminem, but...
But Post Malone and Jelly Roll are going on a world tour. They just announced it, so that'll be fun. I would love to say that this podcast is sponsored by Jelly Roll and Post Malone, but, dream big, right?
One day.
All right, we are in the closing moments here. It is time to just unpack our thoughts and opinions. We'll try to put up a little sand timer in front of Dominik so he watches his time, but I'm kidding. Let's do it. Let's all take a seat on the booking couch and tell me all of it. All of our thoughts, opinions, what could, should not, could not be within the WWE. The floor is open.
Okay.
Uncle, do you want to go first? Go ahead.
Okay. So, Jordan mentioned earlier about Scarlett being from Chicago, as well as Karrion Kross. Well, not from, but yeah. They're aligned with Chicago, and tomorrow SmackDown's in Chicago. And we mentioned something about their appearance with the CM Punk, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins story. But what if it's not that? What if Scarlett and Karrion Kross are joining somebody else and they're Kiana James' client?
That'd be cool.
I love it. That would be great, Adrian.
That'd be fire.
Because then you put Karrion and Scarlett in proximity of the Wyatts.
Dude.
Oh, yes. Yeah. She get her revenge on
Nikki. Yeah, that's good.
That's an amazing booking couch.
That was really good. I'll give you props on that one.
Well, and we all know it's likely not going to be Scarlett. But if Kiana has signed Karrion and Scarlett, that's good for everybody involved.
Oh yeah, that's
they were just like, wait, and that's why they didn't do it last week, because Chicago and it's a big show. So Meekin's gonna cut a promo or something, and then she's gonna send out her client.
We also didn't get Joe Hendry this weekend, which was pretty sad. I want to.
Yeah, that was.
We said his name and he didn't appear. I'm going to sue him for false advertising.
No, I mean, actually, dude, my booking this week is actually not really that elaborate, especially since I've been touching on it all throughout the podcast. My booking right now is if they want to send me the pen and paper that I need to put this on, or the email that I need to send it to, I'll do it for them. I don't care. But I am my all in right now. If I was on the creative team, I'd be going all in on the opportunities for the Raw Tag Team division right now. You just about have everything right in front of you right now. Snag it, take it, run with it, and just go full swing with it, man. From
If
now
they're
on,
gonna do that, if they're gonna do that, they need to move the Motor City Machine Guns over to Raw.
Yes.
They deserve better.
Me and Dad were talking about that, and I've seen other people talk about it too. You put the Motor Cities, Luchas, Usos, Brons. You could do the Sheamus and Rusev reuniting if you want. Yeah, and then you have the New Day, and that all 6 of those teams right there is enough.
Put
and
the LWO on SmackDown. Put the LWO on SmackDown and trade the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes.
That'd be good. But you've also covered that all throughout the episode, so I think we knew where you stood on it. you are all in on your Uso boys, and you want that for them. Tag team! Uso! Yeah. Of course, now you're setting yourself up for failure, though, because anybody that beats the Usos, you're going to have a pity party, so.
No, that's cool, bro.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Every week. No. Every week, if anybody beats the Usos, Dominik's going to come to the podcast. Overrated this week is the people that beat the Usos. I can't believe that happened.
True. That's not true. I was 100% going for Jey Uso on the Fatal. I know, but I'm just saying I was 100% going for Jey Uso on the Fatal 4-Way, and I'm not even mad at the result. So
I honestly was going for LA Knight. I'm ready for him to win a championship. It's time.
I mean, I am too, man.
He's deserved it. He deserves it.
He does. He deserves it. LA Knight is up there. I mean,
and he's doing great stuff on the episodes. Really, his mic work, his in-ring work, he's fun.
Yes.
Jimmy, you got any booking couch takes?
Yeah, I want Uncle Howdy to beat Sami Zayn for the title.
That will happen.
And I want. They need more championships. I want a world 6-man title and a super heavyweight title.
What's a 6-man title?
A 6-man title wouldn't be that bad. That'd be kind of
cool. Like a 3-on-3 tag team title?
Yeah, like a trios champion.
Like the Von Erichs and the Freebirds used to fight for.
AEW has a trios champion where like all their teams of like 3 or more. They have a literal title for those people. The back when the Lucha Bros were on AEW, they held it forever because it was Penta, Ray Phoenix, and some other luchador, and they held the AEW trio championships for a hot minute, like 2 years, I think. But yeah, that's a thing.
All right, interesting.
Okay, can I after what Dad said, I want to go back. Oh, it's on my book.
The super heavyweight title, you got all these big men, Ibar, Tonga, a lot of big guys. Bronson
Reed.
Absolutely.
And
Piper
Niven. Rowan. Yeah. Absolutely. If China can be Intercontinental Champion, why not Piper?
I'll see myself out. Sorry, guys.
Anyways, sorry, I'm going to go back.
No, I agree. I think a super heavyweight championship would go over really well. There's also some belts that they could bring back to life. You got the European Championship that they don't use anymore. The Speed Championship phased out already, but the television title might be a good. The matches have to be 10 minutes or less in order for it to change hands. So that might be something they could do. I'm with you on this. I like it. But let's dissect the trio championship. Who would you have besides New Day? And the Wyatts, I mean, of course, but maybe the NFTs, but Tonga Loa can't go 5 minutes without botching. So, I mean, not believable there.
Dragon Lee, Ray Phoenix, and who's the other one? Penta.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to ask. I couldn't think of anybody that would really contend for that off the top of my tongue. So there's opportunity.
Varsity
Yeah,
Club.
there's
Rio
people.
Grandes.
You can literally. I'm just saying.
Put
Adrian just said
Wade
it.
Barrett back in action, and you'd have the real League of Nations again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or if what's his name comes out of retirement, like everybody not out of retirement, comes back like everybody's saying.
Who?
What's his name? I can't remember.
Ryback?
No, the guy that was on League of Nations.
He was never retired. He just doesn't get anything because everyone hates him. You're talking about Alberto Del Rio. If you
Yeah.
you try to bring that
No,
guy's
he's
name,
fired. He was
cast
the
is
champ.
over.
No, okay, let's talk about Alberto Del Rio. He cannot work for WWE. He was the champion in AAA when they bought AAA, and it took less than 30 days for them to write him off screen. He's done. Bye.
Yeah,
Alberto
no,
Del Rio will never be
he's
on WWE
fired.
again.
They hate
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
You want to know why they hate him? Because he sucks. That's why he's trash. That's like God.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was the. I'm losing it over here.
Do you want him to be deported?
Like God. Dude, Alberto Del Rio, Alberto Del Patron, like, no, you suck.
Right
That's
now, if you
what's
go to
wrong with you.
whitehouse.gov, you'll find the ICE hotline right at the top of the page. So easy.
Or,
Oh,
I mean,
All right.
Just don't say anything about
any-
Selena Vega.
Oh man, no, we gotta keep her. We gotta keep her.
no,
Well,
dude, they got it.
I wonder if there's
they
a way
gotta
to sub
redeem her
people in and
career,
out.
bro.
Maybe we could send Alistair and keep Zelina. Oh, I love Zelina. I love Zelina. I'm sorry, I love her
Dude,
so much.
Why are they not fulfilling the promise of freaking Tiffany and Zelina literally had a face-to-face moment before Royal Rumble, and Zelina Vega was like, as soon as I'm done dealing with this United States stuff, I'm running out, I'm coming after your title.
Okay, well, let's see if that happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. Zelina versus Tiffy.
I'm down. I mean,
I'm
like,
ready.
Zelina Vega deserves
Gosh,
that.
if
and it would be
Zelina won
so
the whole
good.
title, that was like the only person I'm okay with taking it from Tiffany. I
That's
love
what I
Zelina.
want to take it from Tiffany.
It's a no lose match for everybody.
The world would absolutely riot because Zelina has no fans other than us, but I would be okay with it. I love Zelina.
Whoop, whoop, Zelina, come on now, bro. Her
We are your
freaking-
hype crowd right here.
Her freaking mic skills, man, dude.
Oh
Her best ability is like she's a really good in-ring performer too. I'm not going to take that away from her.
Well, okay,
But
let's
give
say
that
this.
girl the microphone.
Zelina, hold on. Zelina's had some knockoff matches that are not really noteworthy, but her last match that she's had, she hadn't been on TV since it. Her last match, which I think was against Julia,
Yes, it was.
was
You're talking about-
freaking
Yes.
awesome. And we
No, that's why
commented on that
yes.
on this show.
Mhm. Yes, we did. But like, if you go, if anyone wants to go back and get proof of what I'm about to say, go back to the summer of 24 when Zelina Vega feuded with Liv Morgan. Zelina Vega has mic skills, bro. She will cook you. She will cook you. Ask Adrian,
Like a
bro.
chimichanga.
I'm telling you, like a chimichanga, like an old Mexican mama that's mad at her boy for not cleaning them dishes right. I'm telling you, brother, she will cook you. Like, she is up there. Am I wrong, Adrian?
No, you're not.
Okay.
We're
well,
going to get
there we
taken down
go.
again this week.
I think that's all the commentary we have time for on the booking couch. So from us to you guys, it's been a great time. We hope you're listening to this podcast. As we hope you're still going to listen to this podcast in the future. To sum it up, the Cowboys play in 2 minutes, so we're done.
We really do.
Anyway, the Cowboys play, and we're hoping that they win. Because we're also Cowboys fans. And they play in 1 minute now, so we're going to sign off. It's been a great time. It was a great action-packed weekend of wrestling. Literally every show had something that's worth watching, so check it out. Once again, I'm your host, Jax. My two brothers are here, Dominic, Adrian, and of course the patriarch of our family. We couldn't do this without him, Jimmy Rhodes. This has been the Hard Cam. We'll be back next Friday morning with another episode, but until then, we hope you've enjoyed this one. We are signing off. Y'all have a great evening.